Hey, I'm Randall from the Ragbirds, and we're demonstrating our waste vegetable oil powered tour van here. We're at a restaurant on the road, and we are about to fill up on waste vegetable oil, which we have a system installed in our van that allows us to travel on waste vegetable oil for a fuel. We get about 90% or thereabouts less carbon emissions doing it that way. So what we've got here is we've got one end of our hose, we've got a pump here. We're going to get some vegetable oil out of this grease trap here. If you look in there, see that it's good looking oil, nice and liquidy, pretty clear, dark colored, and you're going to see it pump through the hose. It's going to come into this tank here, back here into the tank, and it's going to travel through two big electric heated filters. We've got two tanks, one here and one underneath the van for the vegetable oil, and it's going to heat it all up and filter it and transfer to the front. So we'll turn our pump on here, pump it out of there, and we're getting vegetable oil right here. We're going to zoom in on that stream there. Got a nice clear flow. When you can see it's real clear like that, that means that we're getting good vegetable oil. There's no water in it, no impurities, and yeah, so we're going to fill that up. If you look down in this tank, actually is a good, you want to put the camera down in it, there's what's called a heat exchanger inside, and that actually takes coolant from the engine, this metal thing down here, and it cycles coolant through, and it heats the oil up to a temperature to where it'll flow through the fuel injectors in the engine. So you can use vegetable oil as a fuel in any diesel as long as it's been converted to be able to heat the oil and filter the oil ahead of time. So we'll let that pump. We're going to walk around to the front of the van, and then we'll show you real quick. These are our two electric filters. These filter the dirty oil down to 2 microns, which is extremely fine. Really cleans it out. And so everything travels through here. We're going to walk around to the front of the van, and I'm going to show you the gauges and everything else too. Right here we've got our dirty tank gauge. That tells us how much fuel is in the dirty tank. Right here we've got our clean tank gauge. That's the tank underneath the vehicle. That holds the cleaned oil that's been processed from the dirty tank into the clean tank. As we're filling the dirty tank up and we want to transfer oil to the clean tank, we'll run this little pump switch down here, right down here. We turn it on and it activates a little pump in the back, and it pumps the dirty oil through that first 2 micron filter into the clean tank. So you can actually see the oil, transferring over as it's cleaning it out. So you start the van on diesel. As soon as the engine gets warm, we'll do about operating temperature here, about your normal operating temperature. After about 15 minutes of driving usually, you flick this switch up and it activates a bypass valve underneath the van, and it switches over to the vegetable oil system. You drive the majority of your trip on waste vegetable oil, and then as soon as you get to your destination, we're going to shut the engine off long enough for it to get cold. Flick back down to diesel and purge the oil out of the lines, and then you can start it up again on diesel the next morning. So that's how we do it. This right here tells us how dirty our clean tank filter is, whether we need to change it or not. So you can see right now we've got a full clean tank. Our dirty tank is back there filling up, obviously, and we'll go back there and check on the progress of that real quick. We're still pumping good clean oil here. Got about half a tank. So in that few minutes that we were gone, we were able to, this is about a 40-gallon tank, we were able to get about 20 gallons of oil just then. And our friend of ours runs this restaurant, and he lets us take his vegetable oil. Our system was installed by a company called Full Circle Fuels. And Full Circle Fuels is based in Overland, Ohio, and they have a website. It's actually right here. FullCircleFuels.com if you want to zoom in on that. Really good people, and great place to get your vehicle converted to run on straight waste vegetable oil. And that's how the Ragbirds do it. Thanks so much.